I am glad you are still here with me. Thank you for returning. You've been seeing the good and bad in people. You've been in a series of heartbreak, and after a certain age, you've continued to see nothing but heartbreak. You've been lied to by those in power. Those of us who, like you and I, sound similar, are the truth seekers, also the truth finders. We question the programs we were raised in due to the obvious lies they tell and the emotional harm they've brought. And yet, here we are, still alive, yet released from those programs, because there was never any religion and there was never any devils, just men teaching us lies in the name of duality, the good and bad of choice that will always be here, just so they can remain in power. We humans created hierarchy, all for power and greed, to be better than one another. We've been allowed to believe dogma from those who came before us. This could have been done with malicious intent, or perhaps to explain what could not be explained from their perception, or possibly both. Who knows? However, none of it is a definite truth, no matter the religion or teaching. We are in a journey, no one knows why, but we can simply observe and witness the true melody of life with the fact that we are all dying. 100 years from now, no one will be here. That alone speaks volumes of how much we are lied to. Your healing will come in increments. This uplifting is never instant or in a day's time. You must be content in your healing journey, yet never draw back, because you cannot heal in the same atmosphere of the very poison that caused the sickness to begin with. Yes, my friend, they have complicated the simple knowledge of truth. They have complicated the simple knowledge of goodness. Yet we are all responsible for the physical care and the spiritual care of ourselves. But these programs, yeah, don't get me wrong, they can help. But ultimately, one dies in that program without ever knowing the eternal truth. And most people feel like they will live forever. This is the undeniable feeling, even while witnessing loved ones and other people pass away. The best version of yourself will always be centered in truth. You must see that all dogma is based on the human experience. For example, Christianity has Jesus, or He's us. Even they say it themselves, greater is He within you. speaking in code, of course. We now know that the true God is the divine masculine and the divine feminine living within humanity. Just look at the word people. Separated, it's peep and L, and peep means to look. Peep, or check this out, or, and L, of course, as we said before in this channel, is God. In other words, look at God. Peep L. When you peep L, you see us, humans, collectively, God having different experiences in separation in each individual. The truth is all around you. Even those that seem to have perverted and hijacked the truth, hid it in plain sight. We are the all-seeing eyes as a collective. We are the universe, from the trees to the insects and the animals. We are the unified verse, which is the melody of life. This is just a song, a great song. Songs have verses, or a verse. This is the melody of life, the unified verse, the universe. The great song is being played and shall go on after we have lived our lives and have passed away. Which brings me back to duality. You live and you pass away. Is it a negative force stopping you from doing good things, or the things that are self-desired in general? Struggle builds character. Hardships create appreciation. It builds character. Your life will always present some sort of challenge or hardship. A tree needs the sun and darkness. Too much sun would burn it. The question is, how do you effectively respond to it for a satisfying outcome? I get it. After all, what better way to appreciate light is to have darkness, or the greater or longer you have darkness in your life, then the more a person appreciates the light when it comes. That's natural, as in nature intended it for it to be that way. Personally, I believe this is the art of perfection. Accepting that is the first step to perfection. Humans have the continuous desire to concur, and this is not always a bad thing, but it matters where that desire is directed. It's just like mastering an art. And you've noticed that much of the simple things in life have been turned complicated, but we can't say confusion comes from the devil. Having mixed emotions about something is a natural part of the human experience. So, do we create our own devils from within? Of course. We cannot deny that obvious truth. It's too upfront in our faces. We were given this divine intelligence to do this, as well as create the solution that best fits us. The beauty of life was made to be simple and plain. So why are so many people confused by religious texts if confusion is coming from this so-called devil? Well, it's because they are presenting confusion from within themselves, projecting. One can also say they are intentionally lying to you, possibly. And an idle mind can also be a playground for depression. A broken spirit can hinder talents, suppressing them. But refreshing yourself using whatever works, but not harming or destroying another or yourself, because it's foolish to deny what your eyes can see and what you can actually experience in exchange for the ideas of a religion. We must use what matches our lives after that extreme observation. After a certain point in growing as humans, we create our own so-called demons, and it's many reasons for this and examples. After we become adults A lot of people create their own problems with the choices they make. Our parents can play a part beforehand, from failure to protect or teach you morality, which is their two main jobs as parents, but they can't make choices for you forever. You can create your own inner peace or own inner torment, basically. I know I had a feeling before as if everything was coming against me when I was trying to do the good, anything good. What was that about? And the possibilities of what that can be. Life for us in those situations determine how we react overall. We just have the choice in the making of the reaction. The person makes the reaction from their feelings at the time. Are we to embrace all of our emotions? And as humans, we've made up little sayings such as everything happens for a reason, or what goes around comes around, referring to karma. But is karma actually real? Whoever made these slogans had to first experience something, because they can't be found in religious texts. They've learned from experience. After all, experience is the best teacher, right? Most of what you experience as an adult causes you to look back at your childhood, and you can easily see and know the answers to why on anything you want to know. But your struggles and hardships help create who you are today. Those slogans help show and create every religion, as we can see by observation. Obviously, do good and not evil is the base principle for every religion, on which they stress to get across to people. Yeah, they may bring their financial evil greed after the fact, but doing good and not evil is a life principle that everyone is bound to learn anyway. We learn it in schools, from the police, when a person commits a crime, etc., and so on. It's literally the only way humanity has made it this far. We progressed anyway, from the good being done no matter what. And so, yes, bad or terrible things were done. Evil still happens, of course. Who's to say what kind of karma comes back around the most, the good or the bad karma, if any? Overall, this is an obvious truth without a religion. So, embracing all of our emotions can be a very good thing, as long as it's not bringing harm to others or ourselves. Good things can be done even if a person is angry. We'd be surprised how many good arts, from songs to paintings, that come from an angry artist. It's up to the person to refrain from doing terrible things out of anger. A hated human trait by many people is acting out of anger and having permanent or long-term consequences. This happens to be the very bad outcomes that we see for a lot of people. Channeling the anger energy and using it for something positive is the key, as many have said. Humans have lied on issues such as God and creation, obviously from the many religions. We, here in the future, at best can only observe and put together what can actually be verified. Anything else is a gamble, seeing we have no idea what transpired. The start of the way to truth is to first care. And critical thinking can take you from the lack of having an explanation to give you the answer. Meaning, the fact that they don't have an answer gives you the answer. Every energy of every breath we take, and every care you have about the goodness of the universe will shine in you when you realize that there is not a devil that is busy. It is just Low vibrations are busy in people, destroying other people. This all happens in our choices. The inner self. The inner self will always, in each individual, control and dictate the fate of humanity collectively. Each creature in this unified verse, in this song we call life, we are in temporary bodies that will not last forever. This is what we can verify in this simulation. And after the creature dies, the song carries on, possibly forever as far as we know. And this is life from a truthful view. We shall all die, but while we're alive, we are left with the options to believe a bunch of programs. The simulation seems to have fallen in pain and hardships, with people dealing with people. The process is not to avoid becoming the beast, but taming the beast you've become, to have complete control over your low vibrational choices, because humanity has been greedy and continues to fail each other, lie to each other, and keep a hierarchy to feel more important, causing life to be more heartbreaking than happy.